everybody, meteorologist Andrew Pinero here, and this is a video related to something I've made a while ago around my type 1 diabetes. So this video, I forgot the year, I'll put it up here. So this is the insulin pump, and this is what's showing my blood sugar is right now, 96. So this is the graph of my blood sugar. These little purple dots, that's all the times that the pump delivered insulin by itself. And you can see, as it was dropping, it detected that and it stopped delivering insulin for a little bit. Then once it stabilized, it started picking up insulin delivery again. So this is the automated system at work, determining how much insulin I need to try and maintain a very good blood sugar reading. From that video, I was put on a brand new system at the time, which was from a company called Medtronic, Minimed. And the idea for that was the continuous glucose sensor, or continuous glucose monitor that I was wearing, which is this. I'm wearing one right now. This is just a backup. So this piece would have a little sensor that goes under the skin, and it continuously monitors my blood sugar. And that gives results to the insulin pump. And the insulin pump can make some adjustments for insulin delivery up or down. It was brand new at the time, and it seems other companies have gotten a little better with in terms of catch-up. But there is something brand new coming out tomorrow as of this recording on May 15th. And we'll see how that goes with the Medtronic system. But for this video, I'm trying something new. So all of my diabetic life, 1999, I was 8 years old in 1999, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. 2003, I went on the pump for the first time, which Medtronic was the only one at that time. That was like the main one. Now there's a bunch of others, and I'm trying one of those today. All right, so that new technology from a different company, picked up right from CVS here. Dexcom, specifically the Dexcom G7. Now, this has a couple of benefits over the Medtronic Minimed system. One of them, the way this worked was this piece here. This is the battery and the transmitter. You have to use a separate inserter, which is this big thing. You open the package, you take this, you put that piece on top of the needle for the sensor, peel it off, you stick it on you, and it clicks in place. So you needed a piece like that. And you needed the recharger, because this would slide into here to recharge the transmitter. So the transmitter, the battery, the sensor, and the inserter were all separate pieces. This, the Dexcom G7, is all in one. I haven't opened this yet. I've watched some videos. All you need for prep for this is an alcohol wipe to wipe the area. This is going to go behind or the back of the arm. You wipe the area there, and everything's in there. You pull it out of the box. You unscrew the cap that's protecting the needle. You put it in, press the button. So that's it. We are going to now give this a try. So I've already washed my hands. Let's get this cleaned. So I'm probably going to put it right back there. And the way my the endocrinologist said, you kind of hold your arm in an L with one hand, and then with the other, that's where you're going to reach around to do all the work there. So it's probably going to go right about there. So wipe that. You want to let it sit for about 10 seconds, as my dishwasher says it's done. How do you open this? I believe it's with the arrow. Let's see. Okay, cool. There's the paperwork, and there's a piece of tape to close everything. Yep, I opened it correctly. All right. So this is the inserter. So from the Medtronic system, this was the inserter. that you had, and there's a hole in there where you would actually insert the needle with the sensor, and then you press these two buttons. There's a finger spot there, and you press these two buttons. This one is all in one, so all I would do is unscrew this, and there's a button right there. So let's see. Unscrew. There we go. I feel the spring. It's ready to go. You don't want to touch anything in there. So I hold it kind of like this. Line this up. Kind of like that. Let me back up a little. Let's see. I'm going to probably put it right about there. Press. And there we go. That's it. And feel something. There we go. Okay, now I can't see it. So you're supposed to also do a 1, a 2, and a 3, and a press and a hold gently. About 10 seconds. Okay. So that is in. So what I didn't do, I believe, was I pressed hard enough. It looks like there's a safety ring on here that you're supposed to press into that allows that button to be depressed. Yes. Okay, so that's how that works. Cool. Now this, I just kind of screw back up because there is still a needle contained within here. So this is going to go into a sharps container that I have for everything. The next part I'm probably going to need in the mirror. I actually haven't seen this yet, so you're seeing this on camera before I've seen it. So I'm going to go put this little piece of over tape, it's called, on, because I need a mirror for that, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I have put now that tape, that over tape around there. And so far, that means from this side, it is done. I do feel the adhesive from the over tape. Interestingly enough, I don't feel the actual sensor itself. There was a little prick, just like if you get a little finger stick. That was about it for a couple seconds, as one of my friends that has this told me. And, okay, full range of motion. Probably that feeling of the tape, it actually feels like starting to dissipate and get used to it already. So that's it for the sensor side, or the whole package piece. That's it for that. Now it's time to get it paired with the iPhone, which then will pair with the Apple Watch, which I'm using right now. All right, and also this has a 30-minute warm-up period, where this system had a 2-hour warm-up period. And the very next, the last thing before we jump into the next part, there's no calibrations for this. So a calibration meaning, like with the Medtronic one right now, when I put that in, after the 2-hour warm-up, it says calibration required. Meaning I have to prick my finger, check my blood sugar with a normal meter measurement, and put that into the insulin pump. It then it does some sort of calibration, comparing my blood sugar measurement to what it thinks the blood sugar should be, and calibrates itself. Now this system doesn't use that calibration at all. It just goes. After the 30-minute warm-up, it's just there. Blood sugars start appearing. All right, so I got that in. The timer should have started now because it has its own system. So by the time I get to the pump, I should see a remaining time until it's ready to give some blood sugar readings. All right, let's cut to the phone where I'm going to start pairing the app. All right, so I have created my account. There's an intro video about sensor readings. We're continuing through. I believe this is about high and low alerts.
Alerts let you know when your glucose goes too high or low.
Safety statement. Not allowed to wear the G7 during an MRI or diathermy treatment. No idea what that is, so we'll move on. You can get a CT scan if sensor is covered with a lead apron and isn't in the scanned area. Good to know, good to know. Okay, so the overview is complete. Next step in here is going to be the app setup connecting to your iPhone, so I'll see you at the end of that. All right, app is set up. That needed basically some permissions for Bluetooth and the alerts for critical alerts on the iPhone. And now we're on start sensor, insert and pair sensor. So I already have it in. You saw that already. Pairing code. So on the back of the inserter that you saw before, there is a QR code. So we're going to take a photo with the camera access there. 9645. Yep, that is it. Please keep your phone within 20 feet of the sensor. It is 2 feet away. There we go. Pair. Pairing complete. Always keep your phone within 20 feet of your sensor. Throw out applicator following local guidance because you can't throw away needles. And there we go. 5 minutes or less remaining for the sensor warm-up. Wow, that was quick already. Because I put it on about 20-25 minutes ago. Your sensor is now warming up. No readings or alerts until warm-up is done. I understand. All right, so we'll wait until the warm-up is done, and then we'll continue there. All right, I just got a notice that the warm-up is complete, which I am super impressed with. So we're going to do a comparison right now. So the Dexcom is showing 158 for my blood sugar. So, of course, that is 100% in range. And since it just started, there's not really enough for an average. But I'm going to check my insulin pump, the Minimed 770. It says 134. Okay, so close enough, I would call that. And now let's check my blood sugar with a finger stick. And my blood sugar with the finger stick, the BG versus CGM, shows 139. So the insulin pump was fairly close at 138, and this is 158, which is actually fairly close in range because there is a delay between sensor readings and blood sugar readings. It's been about a half hour since I took my blood sugar, the BG reading. That said 139. The Dexcom is now saying 138. So that's very accurate. And it's also kind of showing the delay between the sensor readings, the CGM reading, and the blood sugar reading. Because the sugar has to absorb into the interstitial fluid, which sits above the blood vessel layer. So it takes a little extra time for the CGM, which is pulling from that interstitial fluid, to get a blood sugar reading compared to directly from the blood itself. So far, I am pretty happy with this. I think there is a way that I can actually do a calibration, but I'm not sure yet. Otherwise, that wraps up this part of the video. Alright, so it's been a few days. Today is Tuesday. I started this video on Sunday. And I will say I have showered. Yes, I do shower every so often. And I've showered with it, and it seems fine after a couple of showers there. So it's a little bit wrinkly, it seems. But it was like that before I took my first shower after putting this on. The one thing I did notice after taking a closer look, and I had Meg take a picture for me, was I put the tape on a little crooked, as the sensor is actually an oval, and the tape has an oval cutout. I misaligned it, so there's a little bit of a gap there, but that over tape is not 100% necessary. That's only there if you need it. I did not know that at the beginning of this video. So it looks like the adhesive with the sensor itself is really all you need. And that's extra tape if your skin is actually something that doesn't stick well with adhesives. So I put the over tape on, we'll see. Usually I need the extra tape, but I'll try it out a couple different ways. So far, my overall review with this is it's amazing. I can use Siri, because this is all tied with the health app, to ask what my glucose is. Even from a HomePod, from a speaker, I can ask the speaker, hey, what's my glucose? And then it'll tell me. It's really amazing. The only thing I will say so far is it seems like day one was the least accurate. I did have to calibrate it. So normally you don't need to calibrate the sensor. Once you put it in, it just starts reading. I did have to put a calibration in that first day, and it seemed to pick up, and then by day 2 and now day 3, it's very accurate in terms of both the blood glucose and what the Minimed sensor is. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'll have a couple update videos, I guess, later on as I'm trying a couple different things with some diabetes management. Otherwise, that is a wrap for this video. Thank you all for watching. I know this is a very different video. Yes, I had a funny thumbnail on there, and I did before too, but technically, I am a cyborg now. My body is being controlled by a computer algorithm, and my body measurements are also being uploaded into the interwebs. So I hope you enjoyed. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, and if anybody has been using Dexcom before, definitely give me some tips and tricks with the Dexcom. First time ever using Dexcom with the G7. I've never used the G6 or anything before that. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in that next video.